Welcome to this week's Pick a Card reading, what their higher self wants to tell you. This one's a little bit different. So take in mind someone that you would like to know what their higher self would like to tell you. So maybe this is just someone that is dear to you and you're just intrigued to know what their higher self would like to tell you. Or maybe you could choose someone that you might be having an issue with. So you'd like to hear their higher self's perspective. Perhaps this could help you. And it doesn't matter what the relationship is. It could be father, mother, daughter, sibling, parental, I should say, sibling, partnerships. It could be romantic, it could be a business partner, it could be a project partner, it could be friends, co-workers, whatever it is. Someone that you might like to tune in and hear what their higher self has to say. Because remember, the ego isn't always in the best of minds. It has conditioning and fears that go at play, and sometimes that can cause issues. Or like I said, you might just want to know an endearing message. So that's what we're looking at today. And this is a timeless reading, so it will be fitting for you whenever you shall fall upon it. And I'm Seqkat, by the way, from Seqkat'senlightenment.com, and I'm glad to have you here with me. So go ahead now and take a moment and look at the spirit cards to pick the spirit cat cards, to pick which card you feel is tugging at you. Get a look at those kitty cats. Feel them touching your soul. And you can either utilize your own personal methods to tune in. Maybe some suggestions that you might like to find. Maybe your eyes keep falling on the same one. Maybe you could look away and look back and see if your eyes fall on the same one. You could take a slow, deep belly breath to kind of align your ego back to your higher self. And you can ask your higher self and surrender. And close your eyes, and maybe that impression will come right to your mind. Take your time, and if you need more time than I'm offering you here, by all means, pause the video. And once you've chosen your spirit cat, you can either look down at the chapters below, and you will see below at the bottom, and you will see the congruent spirit cat matching your chapter, or you can find the timestamps in the description box below for either spirit cat 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I will meet you at your spirit cat. Okay, welcome and future spirit cat number 1 for this week's Pick a Card reading. What does their higher self want to tell you? And this is a timeless reading. So keep in mind, this is a general reading, and I have this tuned to many of you in all of your unique, different relative realities. So tune in to what you feel is in alignment with you. And take a moment and consider the person that you want to hear from their higher self for, if you did not already do so when you made the choice of the card. Okay, so let's look at your theme card. Your theme card is Paradox. Meet Stardust. He is the convergence of opposites. He is the dark and the light. He's a magician that turns everything on its head, pawing at the paradox. He travels the galaxies with his best friends, free will and destiny. No one knows where one begins and the other ends. He sees the good in the evil and the evil in the good. Within every blessing there is a tragedy, and within every tragedy there is a blessing. We think we know what is what, but Stardust throws everything into question. Let the paradox open up our thinking and our perspective. Okay, so for those of you that chose this card, what I'm gathering from this one, more than likely you might be dealing with an issue with someone here. And he travels with free will and destiny. Free will and destiny. Now, the fun thing about the free will and destiny, destiny is your calling. Source has become you and puts desires in your heart, and you have natural unique affinities and traits and desires to go that way. And if you follow that path and keep going that way, Source provides, the universe just comes in here and supports you with ways to do it, the abundance, resources, the people. Our free will comes in when we can choose to follow Source or choose not to. And that's when we find life a little bit more problematic and things not flowing and things causing problems. So this higher self may be wanting to convey to you the issue that's going on between the two of you. Their ego may be doing this, but the higher self is saying, I'm wanting to go a different way. But their ego is struggling with conditioning, fears, values, something. So that's what my first impressions are with this card. But we will pull up entire row tarot and get a look at the cards and see. And once I've pulled up your entire row, I will start reading for you. Yeah, it might be, yeah, there's your breath. You may hear my granddaughter in the background there. Perhaps resisting bedtime. My apologies. Okay, so yeah, by the looks of these cards, we are dealing with some issues here. Okay, so some of us have definitely hit some defeat, perhaps with this person. And we didn't get happily ever after that I think that we thought we would with this person. I'm going to be very interested in the clarifications of these to get more details as to why. Now the good news of the defeat is it's coming to an end. And reading ahead with that one, there's a Tower card here. It's not reverse, but this is about knocking things out that are in the way or that are problematic. So somehow, some way, I think your spirit guides will come in if you surrendered them and can easily knock things out or resolve things. It's going to require some change. When it's reversed, it's a hard thrust, big, gigantic change. You're like in a spiritual nudge here. They're saying, hey, do this, do that, go this way. That's always good to listen to. So if you're getting a knowing within yourself, a feeling within yourself of something you need to do, you heed it so it's easier for your ego to deal with those changes. Now, we have the Empress here. That is following the defeat card and the unhappily ever after. So this can go several ways here. This could be a calling for you to nurture and mother your own ego and give it some loving. This could involve a mother figure, so look into that. With this impression too, this could be tragedy and blessings, like this thing, is paradoxical. With the defeat and the unhappily ever after, their higher self, I feel like, is telling you this is going to help you grow something new, a new beginning that is good for you. So what can look like a tragedy is the old blessing in disguise. So that's what I'm getting with this one. And you are being called forth with a new journey. I told you that this means things are coming to an end. So this is a beginning. But there is some heart grief to heal with this. And that's probably with this happily ever after, releasing that. So you're not quite prepared for it. You're being called to it. You're getting ready for it. But we've got some healing to do. Healing to do with that. Turn to your spirituality for that healing that can assist you. Definitely use this. Utilize that for your comfort. This also represents Taurus, if that's relative to any of you, because for some it could just simply be tossed into say Taurus. Whether that be you or whomever you may be engaged in the situation, the person whom you're getting a message from their higher self. Again, a new journey that we're not prepared for. There's preparation that's coming up. For this one, it's a heart's desires. We're moving towards that, but we have heart grief to clear before we can do that. Again, this is indicating to the heart, not a heart journey, but a new journey, one that you're trying to build. And this can go into your materials. It can also go into family, a building of it all. You're building towards that legacy here. But there's preparation. And that preparation is we've got to get that healing. We've got to clear that heart. And again, we've already discussed the Tower card coming in and knocking some things out. Maybe we aren't getting along with this person. But we have either people we are in a vibe tribe with or that will be coming. That maybe this defeatism here is going to guide you to your vibe tribe. Because like I said, the impression I got here, these tragedies here are leading to your blessings. So maybe this is what's going to lead you to your vibe tribe here. By them knocking things out, this leads you to your vibe tribe, where you will be in alignment and things will be of ease. So we could be looking at that. You may already have a vibe tribe. Maybe you need to turn to them to get some support. So this could be their higher self saying, get yourself some support. Maybe you have a spiritual group that you can turn to for assistance and help. Maybe for your vibe tribe, you have a loving, caring, nurturing mother that you can turn to for assistance. And come up here with Sea King also, you might have a very loving, caring father figure that you can turn to for assistance and help to help you with this as well. I'm getting, oddly enough, embodying the characteristics of. It's an unusual impression. I don't always usually get with this. But that's what the impression I'm getting. So some of you might need to hear this. Hopefully we'll understand this. The invitation is to embody the characteristics of these nurturing characters. Perhaps what you've gone through is helping you come to be more loving and understanding. And maybe that's what our higher self is reminding you, again, with the paradox. Ego, higher self, a path of flow. So we're supposed to go free will and destiny. Destiny goes here, free will causes problems. So there could be some ego clashing here because they're going into using their free will to thwart their destiny. So embody these characteristics. Turn to love. Love is always your power. Love is always your power. That's what's going to set you free. That's really coming through strong. Okay, so let's clarify for you. Again, you're probably hearing my granddaughter in the background. I apologize if it's extremely loud. Sounds like they're being playful at the moment. Sounds like we're doing anything but going to sleep. She seems to be a little night owl with me. Okay, now as I shuffle these cards, again, I'm going to pull up the whole row for you and then start reading. I'd like to give a shout out to my subscribers. I love you all. And my new subscribers, I'm so glad to have you join me. I do want to say thank you. Thank you for your likes and your subscribes and your comments. I really do appreciate all of that. You're helping me grow in the YouTube algorithm, which helps my channel grow, where I can reach more people to serve others and serve more. Thank you for helping me do that. I really appreciate that. And a little special emphasis on your comments. I love your comments because I'm over here reading in the dark for many of you. So I'd love to see how the reading was relative to you. So I always enjoy this, so thank you for this. Also, if you need a personal reading, I do offer those, and you can find the links to those in the description box below. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the happily ever after 5 of Swords. Yeah, we were clashing. We were definitely clashing with values, societal conditioning, beliefs. We were definitely clashing, and this kind of robbed us of our happily ever after, and I'm sorry for that. This is where we were really fighting bad here with the reverse. This is where you just have to accept these people are different than you, or this person, whomever you're tuning into. Just accept the differences. I am being reminded, since this is coming from the higher self, this is really coming in strong. We are all one. We are all one of the source. And we're playing these different characters, and it's the source playing the different characters. So the higher self, always know with this clashing here in the higher self, this is coming in through strong. Wants you to know. You might be feeling bereaved, like there's been so much angst, there's a lack of love. The higher self's letting you know they love you. The ego is just struggling in its own fears and is having troubles, which is thwarting over the higher self. Planet Earth is hard. There's a lot of struggles to conquer. Obviously, they love you because Source loves itself, and it's all one. It's all of us. Can your ego get along with my ego? It's a good question to ask. Sometimes it's just that simple. Okay. Now, this defeat that we've had, that is coming to an end. Okay, yes. So they're letting you know these are struggles that you can get through with ease for some of you. Some of you, because something has come to an end, might be looking at a residential move. And if so, they're going, yes, this is a good idea. They support you on that. That is looking positive. So you have to tune in and see how that fits you. Okay? But I think majority, the biggest one I'm getting here is you can navigate through these challenges with ease. And the higher self is letting you know that. I would recommend too, and you can definitely do this, have a little powwow, as I call it. I conduct these little guardian angel powwows and stuff like that, and working with the higher selves. I can easily teach you how to do it. You just go into a meditation and you have the powwow. You call forth your higher self, you call forth your guardian angel, and you call forth them and their higher self and the angels. You put them, your guardian angel and your higher self in front of you and theirs in front of them, and convey the messages you want to convey. And you might hear messages back, but it usually resolves issues like that. I do offer those services if you feel uncomfortable enough to do them, but it's that simple. It really is. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Things change. Okay, so we've got the Chariot coming here, reverse, clarifying the Empress here. When the Chariot's coming in reverse, there's some ego running, and we need to do. Our ego is seeing things as black and white. Paradox. We're seeing things as black and white. This definition always means this. This definition means always that. And this goes back to the clashing of values. It doesn't always. And sometimes we need to relax our definitions. And we need to see it from a different perspective. And we need to rein in that ego. It's not always the impression that I get with the particular reining in the ego, but it is what I'm getting with this particular reading. So, you might have, some of you, I told you might have a mother figure that could help you with this. You could go to them and ask them for their perspective, for them to help you see some things. And I have a kitty cat messing with troubles. I'm going to fix that. Okay, sorry about that. Trouble's in a little glass tank, but he's like, oh, I see, I want to play. You might have that, as I was saying, that mother figure that can help you see that perspective, that can help you soften things. Because what can happen, even if you end things and separate, what can possibly happen if you stay constantly focused on what happened, the past, and it's so negative, that is just going to tear you up and eat you up, and that energy is going to stay there even if you were to separate from the person. It's not doing you any good. And then as you have this negative energy and just constantly rehashing it over in your mind, and you think negatively about them, then you're sending them negative energy. And that's the energy that they're going to have to clear too. And then that type of energy is keeping you tethered to them as well. And it's a negative tethering, and that's not fun. And then because you're keeping that negative energy, then you're just attracting more stuff to reflect to you the negative energy that you're having. So other people can come up and show you all this negativity. So it's very important that we clear that. So coming to understand their perspective, remembering that they are having an ego that is struggling with their own conditionings and beliefs and limitations and values. The limitations, keep that in mind, because the fears that come in, they limit us to believe that we are worthy of everything, that we are abundant, that we are powerful. I've said this before, and I totally believe it. I really like Bentinho Massaro, the way he figured out, if you look at all suffering, it has something to do with lack, a belief in lack. And when you believe in lack, it shows up in your relative reality, a lack of money, a lack of resources, a lack of companionship, a lack of worth, a lack of understanding, a lack of love, a lack of connection. There's some type of lack. And that lack will cause us to react sometimes. So keep that in mind. Soften. That's going to help you. It's going to help you to release that negative energy with them and you that is going to be beneficial to you both. Okay. So, yes, so we need to go into our new direction. We need to start like a new journey, one of the heart, and start following the heart. But we have this grief to clear first. And this is being confirmed with the Fool card. Yes, starting that new journey is optimistic. This is going to be a positive journey for you. Definitely going to be positive for you. We saw that. This is coming to an end. But it means positivity is coming out of that. With the Empress coming up, I did show you that. Something new is going to grow and it's going to be positive. That's the paradox. We had this, the defeat and the unhappily ever after, but it is leading to a positivity, and that is a paradox, the blessing in disguise. So you're being called to go into your spirituality for assistance and help because you're feeling unbalanced at the moment as things are, and as we stay focused with the negativity, we are unbalanced. You got positivity, we got negativity, and we got the balance. Balance understands that there's positive and negative in this universe and can come into peace on its own and accept and allow things to be and be a creator from that space instead of a reactor from that space, and choose to create peace and calm, and choose to create preferences and desires, instead of just sitting here grumbling and complaining and blaming. If you had a situation that was bad with a person, and you want to create something new, even if you've gotten away from the person, and I don't know if you have or not, or if you're going to or not, but this is just something for you to understand. You want to create something new. So to create something new, you need to see what is that new that you want to create. And you need to put some focus on, okay, this is my preference. This is the crap I went through. I don't like that. So this was my contrast. This shows me my preference. So my preference is this. Most people, instead of looking at their preference, okay, let me go for this. Let me build this. Let me go for that. Let me get this. They sit and go, they just treat me so bad. They did this. They did that. They did that. They just want to look at that person and complain and complain and complain and complain and complain. It's all that person's fault. And at this moment, that person is no longer doing this to you because it has stopped. So whose fault is it right now that you're still engaged in that negativity of that situation that has stopped? You. Because the scenario has stopped, but your thoughts and your mind and your energy, you're running it over and over and over again in your mind, and you're reliving it every single time that you run over it in your mind. Is that helping you go into the new? No. So you've got to clear that and get on your new path. That is what you got to do. Because running over it and the blaming and the pushing and blah, is keeping you unbalanced. And that's not going to let you move forward to your preference. So that's definitely what you need to clear. Definitely. Got to rein that ego in. Definitely. And that's where the ego can get you in trouble. Okay. So yes, this also is about starting a new journey, but you got preparations to make. And with that, it's showing up the Eight of Pentacles. So yes, this shows me life lesson. You're learning some big spiritual lessons here, emotional lessons. You're learning it. This is about your growth and expansion. Now, if for some of you, I would like to say that ordinarily, but not in this reading. No, this is a life lesson, this reading. Can mean something different usually, but not in this one. Not the impressions I'm getting this one. Okay, so we got our spirit guides ready to help you knock things out. Surrender to your higher self. Ask yourself for help. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Ask them for help. Heed your nudges as you get them. Because if you don't, that card flips over, and then I like to always say, spirit gives you nudges. And if you don't listen to those nudges, spirit kicks you in the ass. And that one hurts. That's when spirit comes in and knocks things really out, rips things out with big gigantic change, which ego can't stand. Ego's not big on change. That's why this part's uncomfortable to even hear the nudges. But believe me, if you do the nudges, you can take baby steps. If you let spirit knock it out completely and rip it out, there's no more baby steps. There's no more time for baby steps, and it's harder for the ego to accept that. So heed the nudges. Okay, so I talked about this aligned vibe tribe. So what you're going through, yes, like I said, this defeat, what you're going through is what's bringing you to your aligned vibe tribe. So it's just like I said, that defeat brought in the Empress. That's what exactly followed it. It meant something new is coming. You're growing something new. And something positive. So yeah, this defeat that you had with all this clashing, the values weren't working, is going to bring you someone that is in alignment with you and that you're getting along. It's going to bring this in. And I don't even know why I'm questioning that. Watch the reader struggle. Should I do this? It's not something I usually do. Okay, let me do it. This clashing of values. That's going to lead to your alignment. I'm going to go ahead and ask. Because usually that's a separation. Can they grow? Because this is a message coming from the higher self. That's what I'm going to ask. The higher self knows. Ego always wants to hope and beg and plead and push for, but the higher self knows. So let's ask. Will they grow? Will you come in alignment with this person that's clashing? That's what I'm asking. So I'm asking Spirit now. Will they grow? Can you come into an alignment? 5 of Wands. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. Too much fight. Too much competition. I asked, their higher self knows. They're just fighting in competition. Yeah, sorry guys. I gave it a shot. Higher self knows. Higher self knows. Okay, so now we got this loving father figure. And what we got clarifying that is the Hangman in reverse. And that's about changing your perspective. So maybe this loving, nurturing father character can change your perspective. But also remember, I really got this when I picked up this card. And it could come back to the Empress too. But I really did get it with this one in particularly. Adopting these characteristics. So changing your perspective. And that I did kind of get this too with the Empress too. We need to soften. We need to rein in that ego and soften our ideas. Soften our views. We've got to soften. We need to change our perspective and understand they are coming from an ego, because the idea here is to arrive to that spiritual place of peace and calm and love. Even if you can't get along physically and can't even stay in the same room or whatever, and you have to walk away without that negative energy constantly being fed and rehashing the negativity. So we have to soften and we have to change our perspective and come to their ego is in pain, fear, and struggling, and they cannot help themselves. Their ego is not who they really are. Their higher self is who they really are, which is a loving spark of source. And their higher self knows this and knows this of them. Your higher self is the same, and your ego falters the same way in your own ways too. So know this. It's going to change that perspective. Okay, and then changing that perspective, interesting enough, this again goes back to bringing in people that are in alignment with you, on the same path. I want to ask again. But this is about you, so I don't need to. Your alignment's coming. The Ten of Swords is coming to an end, and your alignment's coming. And you softening and changing your perspective is what's going to help bring in that alignment. Because if you don't change your perspective, people have to come in and reflect where you are. So the negativity that you held that kept you tethered with this person and the reflection that they were giving you, you might can walk away from the person, but this is what I call new face, new place, same problem. You can leave the place where you had the problem. You can leave the face with whom you had the problem. And I guarantee, in the new place that you go and the new faces you meet, they're going to bring you the same problem, because people are reflecting to you the inner turmoil you have within yourself. So if you can clear this inner turmoil with yourself, that's what's going to bring the alignment. That's what you got to do. But you got to change and soften your perspective and let go of any negativity that you're tying down to the story with whomever. It's not about the story. It's not about the story at all. Story is just how we play this game. It's about getting back to who we really are. And who we all really are is the divine source. We are all source, love, light, energy. And we forget that. We forget that looking in the mirror and seeing ourselves. We look at the flaws and we criticize. We look at the flaws that we do, we behave, and we criticize, and we just fall for the ego, and we fall for the story. And we do this looking at others too. We fall for the story. Get out of the story for a moment and remember who you are. It's a paradox. It's a paradox. Things are not what they seem. Okay, so if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm wrapping you up now with an oracle card and the Angels and Ancestor Oracle. And there we go. Okay, so yeah, we're really getting to this nurturing father. Because here we got Sky Father. And what to say? Oh my God, this is perfect. I love this. I love this oracle. I just do. Sky Father, trust in the unknown, and he has an eagle here. And the eagle is all about flying up high and seeing things from a higher perspective. And you got the higher self coming here and talking to you. And what did I say? Nurturing father figure. And we got the reverse hangman. You got to change your perspective. So same thing. We got this father figure. This father. And you know what? Seeing this now with the Sky Father and the eagle to change your perspective. This to me is, I know exactly what this is now. This to me, this is their higher self talking to you. We have the consciousness, the source. The source is the consciousness. And we have masculine and feminine energies. The source is all of it. It creates all of it. And many times the source is seen as masculine. God, it's seen as a masculine part. Okay, so the masculine energy is the static, stable energy. Doesn't move. Okay? It is the universe. It is the holding space of it all, and it doesn't move. The feminine energy is what moves within all of it. That's the moving energy. So we're going back to the whole of the source with the masculine energy here. And you've got to change those perspectives and trust that their higher self, the source that is within, is who they really are, and forget their egoic story. Okay, forget that. So that is the father figure here. It is the consciousness. It is the source. Change your perspective. Come into that higher perspective of the all-seeing, all-knowing, stable source. That should all be. Little tough spot that you might be in, but I promise you this gets really, really easier the sooner you release the negative energy towards that other person and come into forgiveness of them as well as yourself and the play and the story. The story. Remember, it is all stories, guys, that we're playing, and we are not our stories. We are the source of light energy. You got this. I believe in you. Until next time, much love and much light. Okay, welcome. If you chose Spirit Cat number 2 for this week's Pick a Card reading, what does their higher self want to tell you? And again, this is a timeless reading. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. So I have this tuned to many of you and your unique relative to realities. So listen to what is in alignment with you. I do offer personal readings if you would like one of those, and you'll find the links to those in the description box below. So let's see what you got for your theme card. Your theme card is Passion. Meet Ember. She's a light blazing inside out being. Our being, I bet. She is our fire, our drive, our fuel. She is our very life-focused yearning and stretching in the directions of our love. Notice what makes Ember begin to glow and burn brighter. Perhaps it is talking openly with a friend, or cuddling with your love, or perhaps it's playing your guitar, scaling a mountain, or writing your story. Look for that spark within and honor it. Stroke that fire with intention. Honor your passion with time and dedication. Feed the flame with devotion. Let passion ignite your life with beauty, energy, and purpose. Okay. So for this reading, my impressions that I'm getting with your theme card, this one I think is going to be of a romantic partner. So I think you're interested in a message from your romantic partner. And then I'm hearing flame too. So for some of you, this is going to be a twin flame reading, a message from the higher self from your twin flame. So tune into how this relates to you. So if you were not looking for a romantic partner, I would suggest checking out the other ones and see what fits you. Okay, so that's my impression that I'm getting with this. So what I'm doing now is pull a full row of tarot, and once I pull up the entire row, I will start reading the cards. Oh, that so supports that. I'm not reading yet. No, I'm not reading yet. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. Okay, got your tarot row. So yes, passion. So you're talking about that. We got the Queen of Fire, and she's upright, she's passionate, she's successful, following her heart and doing that what she is passionate about. But see, this is about people. So this is what I'm saying, that I think this is a romantic one, guys. And for some of you, that fire coming in, we're talking flame, we're talking twin flame. So for some of you, it could be your twin flame as well. So yeah, we're definitely looking at that. That's kind of like honoring that. This is positive coming in from their higher self. I'll be interested to get more clarification when we do the clarification part to see what's going on. Now, some of us are dealing with our unique story here. a lack of family support. So maybe they're not supporting you in your passion with your romantic partner. If that situation is going on, you want to pull out of the local story and look at the big picture and see what's going on. Look at it from there, and get that perspective, come into that neutrality. So call on your higher self as well. And we're definitely going to look into some clarifications from their higher self to get this bigger picture, this spiritual picture. But you're going to have to get the ego to step out of the story a little bit and hear from the higher perspective and hear the bigger picture. Some of you are perhaps feeling like you're out of power. So some of you that you may have already met your twin flame, but you're feeling powerless because the twin flames like to play this chaser game. And you might be feeling like they're chased. Maybe you've met them and they've pulled out. You got the chaser and the runner when it comes to twin flame. So you might be feeling powerless. That's where this is really going to come into play too, looking from that higher perspective. Some of you that don't have this family support are feeling oppressed by this family concerning your love. That's what you're getting from that as well. Don't let their opinions thwart you on that. You got to follow your heart, your passion, what fires you up. True heart. And definitely go and step into that spirituality and see what's going on. This could be some of your spiritual lesson to learn to be you, unique to you, and not be pleasing others to make them happy. Yeah, and you're being asked to keep your faith. I definitely think that it is coming from this lack of family support, because we've got a father figure here coming in, that you're not getting the blessings, you're feeling oppressed. And the universe is saying, hey, we got you, we support you, we totally got you. So you might be feeling you're going through turbulent, crashing waves with this oppression going on here. But you can see the kitty cat in the waves has a little walkway. The universe completely got you. So, boy, look at this, it's all this fire too. Have faith. Keep the faith here. And this represents Aries, if that's relative to any of you, and this represents Sagittarius, if that's relative to any of you. Perhaps this is you, and or someone whom you're involved in a situation, and the same with this. Yeah, because this romantic partnership that you're looking into, the higher self, is saying here, you're building a legacy with them. You're definitely building a legacy. You have gone through some fears that actually have come into your relative reality. But in regards to that, you are on your way to your wishes coming true. So I don't know if these relative fears coming into your reality is this family support that you're lacking, an oppressive father figure that might be that family that is going against this, or if you are feeling like, if any of you are in that twin flame situation, chase or runner thing, that's the relative fears things. But your wishes are going to come true. I'll be excited to see the clarifications on these to get more. Your legacy is coming. You're building your legacy, and that is looking successful. That's what they're telling you to have faith. And your wishes are coming true. Now, for some of you, I am getting this message and an impression. Now, some of you, your egos, and believe me, to hear this from their higher self. And this is why you got to pull out of the story now. Hold your little ego and hug it and hold it while I tell you this message. For some of you with the twin flame situation, your relative realities, especially if you've met them and they've pulled out, you are building your legacy and your wishes coming true. Some people fall for this romantic story that the twin flame is the one and we came here to live our life with the twin flame. In actuality, the purpose of your twin flame is to serve for your growth, your spiritual growth and your soul expansion. And that's why when you do meet, there is a lot of push and pull and running and what have you. And when you meet, there's a lot of clash. And a lot of times it's just things not working out for you to be together. Whether it be something on their part, whether it be something on your part, or whether it be life circumstances. If that is the case going on here, listening to their higher self, and you need to hear this from your higher self perspective, your ego is going, oh my God, my worst fear is hit by relative reality. But what your ego doesn't understand, if it is not your twin flame that you build your legacy with, you will get all your wishes come true. Because sometimes, many times, we cannot handle our twin flame. It is just too much. It is too much. I mean, they are our mirror, and it's too much. We just can't handle being in that same space, in this reality, in this relative 3D reality. And it's actually easier then to turn to a soulmate. And don't mix up twin flame with soulmates. We have many soulmates. Your parents, your children, what have you. We come in soul groups and soul families. It's easier then to turn to a soulmate with whom you can get along better, and that can support you, supporting your ego on its egoic level, and build your legacy with them, and then all of your egoic wishes will come true. And it can't happen with the twin flame. This is not all of you. This is some of you. And some of you are hearing me, and deep down inside your intuition, you know this is true, and this is killing your ego, and I'm so sorry for the pain, but this will work out better for you. This will work out. I know I've met my twin flame, and I'm thankful. It was too much. Couldn't handle it. I'm better. I'm happier without the twin flame. If that helps you any. And I'm just sharing that to let you know. It is reprieve. It is reprieve. Just to let you know. So that's for some of you. Okay, so let's clarify. And I'd like to take a moment while I shuffle. I'm going to do the whole row again before I start reading. To give a shout out to my subscribers. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. And a shout out to my new subscribers. Welcome. I love having you here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here joining with me. And I do want to give many, many thanks to all your likes, your comments, your subscribes, your bell notifications. For all of that helps me in the YouTube algorithm to continue to grow my channel, where I can reach out and help more. And I really appreciate you helping me help more. Thank you so much. And I do want to give special thanks for all of your comments, for I love to see, I had to drop it, how the readings relate to you, are relative to you, because I'm reading over here in the dark for many of you. And so I don't always know what's going on, so I'd love to see how they do fit. All right, let's see if we can get two more. There we go. Ooh, a few more. That's okay. Maybe just a little bit more. That's completely fine. Alrighty. So, with our Queen of Fire here, yeah, some of us are a little bit out of balance. We might be a little bit out of balance with our ego, and you get the couple stories here. Some of us are not getting that family support. We're getting that little oppressive father situation, which can make you feel out of balance. I'm happy with my lover. I want to be with my lover, but I don't have my father's approval. Father's approval is a hard one. I know that. You might be getting impressed by them. So that's making you feel out of balance. I understand that. So your lesson is to come and to know that you are okay without that family support. You've got to remember you are soul. You are a soul. You are source, divine, love, light, energy. You are the source itself. These people are characters in a play that you're playing, and you're in that play too, but they are just simply characters. They are not the source. They do not run you. Because yeah, we're getting here this lack of family support here, and it's showing up here too. Your family is not supporting you, they ailing at you. It's showing up as being verified again here as well. So yeah, some of you are definitely suffering with that, and it's definitely knocking you out of balance here. Don't let their thoughts, their approval. You didn't come here to live for your family's approval. You didn't come here to make your family happy. You didn't come here to do that. You came here to follow your heart's desires. The desires in your heart, the joys, the passions, what fire you up, what all of this is about. And this higher stuff is letting you know. were put inside of you and instilled within you from the source within you. That's why you have, and we each have your unique desires, because the source doesn't want to play the same game over and over again and make a million characters that are exactly the same that want exactly the same thing. Why play all that? That's boring. That's redundant. It wants to play a different game with different perspectives and different desires and different ideas and difference. That makes it more fun. So when your parents are upset or your family is upset, you're not exactly like me. Yay for you. That's what you came here to do, not be exactly like them. They just haven't figured that out yet. They don't know that. If you didn't already know that, you know it now. Okay, so yes, you got to come out into this bigger picture and see things from the more spiritual perspective. That, hey, I'm source love light energy. I'm supposed to follow my heart and do that and not please these people. Yeah, so you have some preparation that you got to do. And this preparation, this is all fire, man. You're getting that fire, ember here. It's all fire. It's all about passion, desires. You got that preparation to do to come into balance so you can enjoy your relationship in that regards, okay? Now, for those of you on that twin flame journey that you're having a clash of that twin flame running and it's not working out, you might have to come into a balance that the twin flame, for the few of you, there's some of you, that twin flame is not going to be a part of your life that can sustain you. They're just going to be too clashy. You've got to come to a balance that your legacy, your desires and wishes will come true with a soulmate. And you're going to have to come into some acceptance of that. You're going to definitely have to surrender to your higher self and accept that and come to terms with that. Some of you. So you're going to have to deal with some of that. Okay. Now, for those of you that have that oppressive father, yeah, you're clashing values terribly with this oppressive father figure. They're not believing what you're believing, and their values and their beliefs and all that stuff is limiting, and that's what they're bringing to you. It's really knocking you out. You're going to really have to heal with this. I know this is hard. I've been there. I apologize for all of you that are suffering with this. Really tune into your higher self, your guides, guardian angels to assist you and help you. You can always ask the angels of the divine light, love and light, especially your guardian angel, to interfere. Help me, please. Surrender, surrender, surrender to your higher self. Surrender to love. Their higher self's coming in with us a message that this is their egos coming in that are clashing on you. Okay? You actually might want to go back to Spirit Cat number 1 to understand this clashing with these egos here. That would be very fitting reading to go back and watch after this to resolve and get a message from the higher self of this clashing family figure, whether it be a father figure or whomever you're clashing in the values. That would be very beneficial for you on that one. Tune in, see if that's right for you, if that reading would be beneficial for you. I can say that. I know I do talk fast. I can't help it. Do the best I can. I offer CC and you can always play me slower. Okay, so yeah, we've got some healing to do with that. All right, and then you're being supported by the universe. They're like, stay on your walk. The waves are crashing. We know it's hard, but we got you. We're supporting you. And 8 of Cups. You are following your spiritual calling by doing this, and keep doing so. Your spiritual calling, everybody's spiritual calling. What is your spiritual calling? Your spiritual calling is to follow the desires the source put within you. That is when your world flows. You have a desire, go in that direction. Follow your heart. We heard it all our life. It is biggest cliche, but it's the truest cliche. It is the truest path. Follow your heart. Your heart is your message from your own higher self. Your heart is the source talking and crying within you. I put these desires, I want to experience you. This is why you're aching to go in that direction. Go in it. Don't let the egoic fears of other people's and their stories impede you. So yes, you're on your spiritual journey by doing this. Stick with it. Stay with it. You're going to be okay. We're building that family legacy. Now for this is going to go back to some of you with that twin flame. This harmony here with a couple. So you're going to be building that, this is again in doing that. You're going to be building that family legacy with a soulmate. We need to come to terms and acceptance of that. So that is for some of you. Okay, so those of you that are experiencing your fears in your relative reality, whether this be with the family that's not supporting you in your relationship, that is, you're starting a new journey, and that which will be successful. So you might be a new journey without their support, and that's okay. Without their approval, that's okay. You don't need their support. You don't need their approval. It's the ego that wants that. It's the ego that wants that familiarity. The ego has an identity. I am their child. I am their family. I need to be supported by them. That is not who you really are. You are your higher self. You are source, love, light, energy that needs nothing. Keep that in mind. You need nothing. Conversation with God. You'll don't wash. Recommend you for that one. So you're starting a new journey. It is one of success. And it's following the heart. It's the Ace of Wands. It's heart, passion, fire really coming up. Stick with it. Now, your dream's coming true with your legacy. This is a path that you're following. The relative realities, you've got a new path. Your dreams are coming true. Hang in there. Do not give up. And this is followed by 7 of Pentacles. So this is about a harvest coming in. For some of you, this one's reversed. Planting those seeds and was hoping and begging those of you on that twin flame journey that the twin flames are not working out. You really hoped that this would work out. This was your ego hoping. When the ego plants seeds, they don't become fruit. The ego thinks it desperately needs that twin flame to be whole. It does not. You are source, love, light, energy. People think, oh, but I'm a twin flame. My soul was split. Our soul is too big to place into one avatar. So I'm not going to feel whole until I'm united with my twin flame. Believe me, your soul is too big to be placed in this one avatar. It is too big to be placed into 2 avatars, you and your twin flame. You are already whole. The whole and the oneness is the source. It is all one. We are all one. We are all of the source. You, the animals, the trees, everything. It is all one. The source has dispersed itself into many, many forms. But it can't put all of itself in one thing. The one thing could not contain it. It would burst the energy. It would be way too much. This is a realization to come to. You're already home. Keep that in mind. So your wishes will come true. Release those egoic seeds that you planted. Your ego is getting desperate. Your ego needs to come back and find itself. Find the source within itself and find the love within itself. Tune in, breathe, feel your own energy. Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. Find you, feel you, know you. And my higher self's even taught me, stop requiring the environment to support you. Go back to you, who you are. Your home, and this is really directly from my higher self, your home is the love that you are. And we keep seeking our home outside of ourselves. But the home and the hearth and the love is within us. We got to tap in here first and feel our love within us. Feel ourselves at home within us. And then as we feel at home, that's the energy coming out and shining out. And the world is a hologram and a reflection to us. And the people that have to show up have to reflect that love. And we're going to feel at home with another person. Be it a soulmate or a twin flame if it's workable. It's okay. It's all a story. Remember this. We are playing a story here. This is not eternity. Everything is story. We're playing a story. It's not who you are. You're going to be okay. You're more than okay. Okay, so we have the High Priestess. Yes, tune into that spiritual knowing of who you are. Some of you are gifted here. Heed your intuition. You hear me. You know what I'm saying. Tune into this. For some of you, this is going to require you to do some healing with this family lack of support. For some of you, it's going to require you to do some healing with that ego that desperately wants to grasp onto that twin flame. You are here for you. Your twin flame's doing their thing, and you're doing your thing. Okay? You are here for you. And if it is to work out for your twin flame, it's never going to work out with your twin flame while you're desperately needing them. You've got to get into your own strength and place of not needing them before they can show up. That's important too. Okay? All right. And then we have the Devil card here. So yes, some of us are feeling trapped. We maybe feel trapped with that lack of family support. We may feel like trapped because we're not making a choice. Well, we're going to make my family happy or follow my heart and go with my love. And we feel trapped. Follow your heart. Some of us may feel trapped. I can't do nothing because I don't have that twin flame making me whole. You are already whole. And then for some of you, this is tossed in. You are a Capricorn, or your loved one is a Capricorn, or maybe this parental person is a Capricorn. So tune into this. And if I didn't catch this, I may have. This represents Aries. Don't know if I did. Okay. Okay. So tune in. See how this fits you. And now let's wrap you up with an Angels and Ancestor Oracle. I'm not one that usually reads the bottom cards, but I'm going to read this bottom card because it's perfect. Hurt Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. What did I say? You gotta come home. What is home? Home is the love that you are. And once you tune into that love, and that love comes to you. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's try that again. That's out. Smidgen better. I've done that. Okay. Oh, we got a few here for you guys. We're gonna be here a second. Oh my, they really want to talk to you guys. Okay, here we go. All right, the Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. That is going to be for those of you that are dealing with the family issues. You're going to have to pull into your Warrior and be strong. Know that you are the source, love, light, energy. Their little, hear this, their little egoic character of the role that are playing. So we'll go ahead and say this father figure, for instance, is a little bitty, itty bitty, teeny whiny character versus the whole gigantic source. They lose. They do not trump the source. The source is way bigger than them, way, 1,000 times more important than them. Know that. They are the source also, but their ego's running the show. So looking at their ego, understand that's their ego. Then come back to you, and the part of you that felt smaller than them, understand that's your ego. They are not bigger than you. Come back to the strong, fierce warrior that you are, being fearless, knowing you are source, love, light, energy. Be strong and follow your heart. Okay, we also have the Shaman. Trust in higher forces. Yes. Stop listening to these little ego characters. Go bigger. Go higher. Messages from their higher self. Go back to reading one. That'll help you with that one too. Trust in those higher forces. This is shaman. It is in reverse, so take extra special attention on this one. So for some of you, you can go into a shamanic journey, and this will help you. If you don't know how to journey as a shaman, maybe you can turn to a shaman for assistance to help you. If any of you are really struggling and having a really hard time, you can't get this ego to come up to par with the higher self, you can also do those to help you as well with that. We have the Mirror Guardian. Oh my gosh. Take time to reflect. But also with the Mirror Guardian, when I see this, this reminds me to remind others. Everything is a mirror to you. What you got going on in here is what reflects to you out there, showing you what needs to be healed, what needs to be clear, where you need to get your balance, because we're out of balance. So this is showing you what needs to do this. So this is showing you. So look at what's showing up. When I look at this family not supporting me, what is inside of me that's not gathering that family support? When I look at this angst that I have, if this twin flame is escaping me and I may not be able to live my life with them, why am I so fixated that I have to live with this one particular person to be happy when I am source, love, light, energy already? And if I actually tune into the very energy of who I really am, I can truly feel my love. I can truly feel my joy. I can truly feel who I really am. And this is where all the love and the light and the peace and the joy resides. Never outside. Never outside. Because those are mirrors. They're not real. They're mirrors that are reflecting to me all of its story. And the stories are illusions. It's all story. Get that part. It's story. White Witch. Be the light. Go back to being the light. So be the light dealing with the family members. Understand that is their egos and they can't help this. Go back to pick a card reading 1 here. Spirit Cat 1. Be the light. And with the twin flame, if they're running from you and it's not working out, release them and be the light and let them know their ego. Remember too, their ego's in pain. Their ego is in fear. That's why they're running like hell. Be the light. Not all egos can get along with egos. Come back to the higher self. Come back to what is in alignment, what you can work with. Take that high road. Turn back into your love. This one was also reversed, so we need special extra attention. So follow your heart, go with your love. Pull back out, get back into that spiritual perspective, and know that you are the source, love, light, energy, and you're supposed to follow your heart. You're supposed to follow your passionate desires. Go for that. That's what you came here to do. And you will build your legacy. And your wishes will come true. And the universe 100,000% supports you completely in that. Have faith. I believe in you guys. You got this. A little rocky right now. For some of you got some work, but you can get there. Because you are the source. Love, light, energy. And this is when we do say, Namaste. Until next time, much love and light. Welcome. If you chose Spirit Cat number 3 for this week's Pick a Card reading, what does their higher self want to tell you? And remember, this is a timeless reading. So keep in mind, this is also a general reading, so I had this tuned to many of you and your unique relative realities. So tune in to what is in alignment with you. And if you need a personal reading, I do offer those, and you can find the description, the link to those in the description box below. Okay, so let's see what you got for your theme card. Your theme card is Vision. Meet Stargazer. Some say her head is in the clouds, but the view is better from up there. She can see the big picture beyond our normal sight. She can see beyond small increments of time to the vastness of years, decades, and even eternity. Take a step back and see your life through Stargazer's eyes. What visions do you have for your life? They might appear fuzzy or absent if you are afraid, of the actions they are calling you to take. Acknowledge those fears, then ask them to step aside like parting clouds until you are able to truly see. Let your visions be a beacon calling you forth. Okay, so this is directly a message from a higher self, and it would normally be your own higher self. Like if you're getting a vision, to embrace those visions, because the source level energy puts the desires within you, it puts the energies within you, and what have you. And that's the direction you're supposed to move, because this is your spiritual calling and your destiny. But with whomever you have in mind for this card, what I'm gathering from them is their higher self is passing this message to you. They have been conveying this message in some form or fashion. They could be outright saying it directly. Heed it. It's coming directly from their higher self. They may be an inspiration to you. When you see this person, it makes you think of your vision. So it could even be someone, I'm going to pull up the whole row and then I'll start reading for you. It could even be someone that you see that's in the field of something that you would like to get into. And maybe you did ask for a message from their higher self. Or it could even be a relative or a friend or something that when you see them, maybe you've talked about getting in a project together or talked about doing a business together or something. And so when you see them, they do remind you of that vision. And their higher self is saying, hey, go for it, go for it. So in some way, some fashion, some form, you're getting this message from someone else's higher self to follow your visions and to follow your heart, which is a beautiful message. Absolutely beautiful message. But we'll get some more details. So I don't have a particular person for this one that I'm getting thus far. I did have some particulars for reading 1 and 2. Thus far, I'm not getting anything yet. We'll see if anything comes up with the cards. Okay, we got your cards. We're ready. Okay. Could be a father figure, because I am seeing 2 father figures and they're coming upright and they're coming in positively. Could also be a mother figure. We've got the Earth King and we also have the Earth Queen. This suggests to me couplehood. So for some of you, this might be your partner. If you are in this relationship, it's all positive, it's looking good. This could represent your father, indicating couplehood, mother, father. fathers, the reason I'm saying father is because it's coming up twice as a father. Could be a mother who's had to play your father role and mother role, those single moms, what have you. Could be something along that lines, if that helps you to kind of figure out who this is, to verify maybe who you were looking for. That someone in your aligned vibe tribe, and that could be a business, that could be a project, that could be anything that is giving you this inspiration, or their higher self is constantly trying to give you this message. Follow your vision. What are you desiring? What are you wanting? And it's scary and daunting for the ego to go for what it wants. It's got to take new actions. It's got to go in new directions. It's got to make changes. Ego likes that which is familiar. It's scared of the unknown, so it doesn't want to do that. But their higher self is really trying to convey, you're going to be happy once you start following your desires and moving in that direction. So yeah, so we got the Earth King, and this represents someone that is successful. So again, that's coming and affirming that this is going to be successful. Some of us are feeling a lack of family support in some form or fashion. We're not like celebrating something. So maybe you've seen a family, a family that has you have a aligned vibe tribe. You're sandwiched in here by a father figure and a aligned vibe tribe that's being followed by a father figure. Maybe there is some other family members. Maybe there's siblings. Maybe there's step figures, stepmother, stepfather, some type of family that may not be giving you the fullest support. Do not heed them. Do not worry about them. You're getting a lot of support because you have a vibe tribe. You have a positive father figure that is succeeding. They want to help see others succeed. Very loving, nurturing father energy coming in here. And that father masculine energy can come into with as the source, the consciousness itself. Now, I'm not giving any deity a gender here, for those of you that are really against God being male. I understand. The source would be genderless. But we can look at things of energy. There's masculine energies and there's feminine energies. So the source being the consciousness and being everything, it's being the whole world and all universes within the universes, has to be a static, stable, holding space. That is masculine energy, and the feminine energy is that which moves all through it, within it and through it. So that could be the source energy saying, yes, go for your vision. I put these desires in you. I need to experience those desires through you because you're that movement that can go in and move within. As I hold this space, I can play the character of you moving within that space and enjoying that space. So that could be coming in that way too. And it is a successful masculine energy, and it is going to be loving, caring, nurturing energy. So that is really coming through strong too. That is coming in through. And don't let any egoic family members, and maybe you grew up in a family where they were dysfunctional, and this is what you experienced, and this is what you think. You can't have your visions because you didn't have that example set for you. Don't let that happen. You have aligned vibe tribes, people in aligned tribes that can help you in some form or fashion. You have experienced some of your fears that have come to your relative reality, and that's because your ego went for something that wasn't ideal for them, ideal for you, because it held on. It was going for that which you thought it would like, going for that which is safe. I don't want to go into change, and it's not working out. It could be something simple as you not experiencing a preference that you wanted, and you're really stuck in like just a bad job or something, a contrast that you really dislike, like you feared you'd have to go there, and here you are. Because your ego chose it. It's like, I need money and I can't see me get money in any way. So it could be something that simple. It could be something like, oh man, I did go into a business, but I chose the wrong business partner and that didn't work out. And I thought I could do that because that business partner had money or something. So look where you may have made these decisions and how you made these decisions that kind of kept you off your vision, because someone is coming through for you. They're saying, go for your vision, what your heart's desire is, not your egoic survival desires. Ego wants to survive. It makes you miss out on thriving. It makes you miss out on living. It makes you miss out on joy. It makes you get stuck with relative realities that you don't really like. That's what happens. And here we got the Earth Queen here. She follows her visions. She follows her desires. She has it all together. She's got her business together. She's got her family together. She's got her partnership together, her love life together. She's got it all together. And she's wise. She can give you that information to share with you how you can get it together. So you may have father figures or that father source coming within that can help you be that vision. You could have this mother type figure that has her stuff all together. She could be inspiring for that vision, but you can get it all together. If anything, they are affirming success. You are loved and cared for and nurtured for that success, and you have people aligned to help support you to come into that success as their higher self keeps passing a message through them. Go for your vision, heed it. And you are actually really struggling with this choice right now. You feel kind of like you're in a stalemate, and I think with this particular one, I think you feel like you're in a stalemate. You feel stuck and in this stalemate because you're not heeding your heart. You're heeding your ego. And that's what's getting you stuck and in the stalemate. And you have choices you can make, and you have the freedom to choose. And that is to follow the higher self, follow the message, follow your dreams, follow your love. So let's go ahead and pull up your clarifying roll. Let's see what more we get for you here. Clarifying roll. And as I shuffle, pull up your roll, I would like to give a shout out to my subscribers. I love you. And new subscribers, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here with me. And I also want to give you many thanks for all your likes, your comments, your subscribes, your bell notifications. For all of that helps me out here in the YouTube algorithm, helps me grow and expand my channel so I can reach more and help and assist more. Thank you so much for helping me help others. Thank you so much. And special gratitude for the comments. I really do enjoy those. Man, these cards pulled up fast because I'm reading for many of you and your many different relative realities, and I love to see how they fit you. Okay, so our Earth King here. So we've got the 5 of Fire. So some of us might think we can't have our vision and success because there's too much competition out there. There's too many people that already have our job. They're too qualified. They're better qualified than me. So you might have that competition that's coming in and impeding you from thinking you can have your success. You're being reminded from whomever's higher self is coming with their message. You can have your success. It's sitting right here. It is evidence of it. Now, we might have had King of Pentacles in reverse. No, King of Swords. My bad. Okay, so yes, we might have had this lack of family. Like I said, I think these father figures are coming back to the stable source. We might have had some family figures with a father figure that failed us to makes us think we can't have our vision. So it's like the imprint, our foundation of life. I really feel like this is coming for some of you, so it makes you think you can't live your vision. And you had a father figure, and this person can be kind of tyrannical too. Going for their desires, not caring at all for their family, utilizing their family for their own gains, and that could scare you too, for some of you, to think, I don't want to. You could literally have a subconscious belief and be completely unaware. This is what's coming in really clear right now. Have a subconscious belief and be completely unaware. If I go for that which I want, I'm going to step on those that I love and harm them. I will harm my family. So it's a subconscious fear that is sabotaging you for going for your desires, because you associate attaining your desires as harming another. But this person was selfish and tyrannical in their ways and their nature. This doesn't mean you're going to do that. You can go for your desires and surrender to the love that you are, and surrender to the love of your higher self, and utilize going for your desires and going for your visions to benefit others and be a blessing to others. Not only a blessing to yourself, but a blessing to others. And then you don't have to worry about this fear. This is what I'm getting from this one. So we have the aligned vibe tribe. So you might be feeling a little overwhelmed with this idea of going for your visions. going for the change. Hello, ego. Doesn't like that. And that is overwhelming. But you have an aligned vibe tribe. You have somebody or some people that support you and say, hey, we're here. We will help you. We'll help you get through this. You're not alone. So turn to them for that support with that overwhelm. Okay, so then we got the King of Cups, which is that nurturing. And then we've got the King of Wands come in here. I really do. I see this as the source, because now we had the King of Earth sitting up right here saying success. You can gain what you're building, that earth, your world, building the world holder here. You can have that success and going for your vision. And this is what the King of Wands is all about, that success. And you got that nurturing, loving source within you saying, hey, you can succeed. I put those desires in you. I want to experience them through you. Unstabilized here, holding the universe. I'm put a portion of myself within you so I can go experience this. Please don't let me down. That is your destiny calling. Our ego has the free will to go, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm scared. And so then when we are scared, we do experience our fears in relative reality. And now you're being called within the Knight of Swords to definitely go for that which you're desiring. This is definitely the call to do that. Move towards that. Go for that. Reach for that. What is calling you? Go for that. That's that vision. So that person's higher self is coming in really strong with this message. And then, yes, we didn't go for that which was ideal for us, and that caused us some problems. And yeah, it was to be a new journey, but we didn't follow the journey of our heart, and that's what we need to do. We need to go for that. We need to just turn this right up. Go for that which is ideal for us, and go for that which is calling us with our heart. Because this is what leads to us experiencing our fears and our relative reality that we don't like, is listening to the ego. Because the ego's fears either blow up when we follow it, or they slowly implode. It just doesn't work out when we follow the ego. This universe is not set up to support the fear, because there is that love that is the core of who we are. And that's what we need to get back to. And so we have the Earth Queen sitting up here, and she is all wise and she's got her act together. But you can't enjoy the fruits of the labor of the Earth Queen if we keep these things in reverse, of not following that which is ideal for us and not following our heart. So that's what they would be reminding here, to enjoy the fruits of your labor, which you most definitely will with the Queen here, is by turning these other two upright, going for that which is ideal for us, what matches us, what matches our affinities, what we like, what works for us, and following that heart. And then you're struggling, you're feeling like you're in a stalemate, you're feeling like you're in a stalemate of what pictures you've seen of others, maybe your own failures that you experienced. But you got the Six of Pentacles here. You have got somebody that is offering you help, and they're glad to do so. They're happy to do so. It gives them joy. Take that help. It is a symbiotic charity here. They're happy to help you. Take that help and let the symbiosis come through. And go for your visions. Go for your desires. Somebody's higher self is really trying to give you that message. They really want to tell you that you can be happy. You can have your preferences instead of experiencing your relative fears. And you can be in joy. And you can be enjoying all the successes that you are seeking. They just kept coming up over and over again. This is really good. This is actually a good reading. Y'all won't have it too bad here at all, guys. So let's go ahead and wrap you up with an Angels and Ancestor Oracle. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, we got a few here. Okay, Autumn. Yeah, release the old and rest. And that old is not going for that which is ideal for us, not going and following our heart's desires, and experiencing our relative realities, and looking at that foundation where it wasn't success, and fear of that competition. We got to release all the old of that. Let it go, and breathe and rest. It's all story, all of it. Your past is all a story. Your present is a story. Your future is a story. And you are the author, believe it or not. And if you haven't liked the past, it's because your ego was writing the story. So you felt like you were a victim, and the story was writing the story for you. But what it was your ego writing the story for you. You can get into your power of the King of Wands here and recognize that you are the author with your higher self and write the story of your desires and having your visions. And this higher self is really trying to tell you that. So definitely release that old and rest. And this is Raven, so if any of you spirit animals, totem animals, power animals, could be Raven coming through for you. And all that wisdom. I'm going to look that up. This was in reverse, so pay some extra special attention to that. Okay. We also have the Traveler, move into a new direction. Yes, and that just reaffirms this one. Let go of the old and rest, and then move in that new direction. And that new direction we need to do is flipping this, listening to ego. It's not going for what's ideal for it, because it's listening to fear. Turn it upside. Move towards that which is ideal for you. Stop listening. We're not listening to the heart. Listen to the heart and move in that direction. And then we were also told with another one, if I remember right, yes, the Knight of Swords. Go for that. Reach for that. Strive for that which you want. Go for that. That's the direction we need to move into. Definitely. That's definitely pertaining to that. In the Water Guardian, you need to connect with your emotions. And your emotion is that ego freaking out that's in fear, that is looking at the relative realities of fear and pain that it didn't like, looking at past situations where it saw people or itself not experiencing what it helped to get you out of the stalemate within your ego. This is like your ego versus your higher self. And it's up to you to surrender to your higher self. When you surrender to your higher self, you can have your visions. Ask your higher self to lead me and guide me and take me the way that will lead me to thrive. It really, really works wonders. An affirmation I used many years ago that really helped me, and it was a repeated affirmation that I used. See if I can remember it. I am living and experiencing and enjoying the desires of my higher self. My higher self gave that to me. And I would repeat that with the power mudra as well. I would hold it like that, and I'm turning it upside down like that so you can see how I'm doing this. And I would do that, and I would do this, I would repeat this for 3 minutes. I would just play some little frequency music with it, and I would repeat it for 3 minutes over and over again. I am experiencing, I am living, I think I said, and I'm enjoying the desires of my higher self. Change the world. It totally changed the world. Changed my world in 30 days. My world was upside down. Everything's broken. Lost everything. And wow, my world flipped upside down. Give it a shot. Your higher self knows. Heed the message of the other person's higher self that's giving you this message. Heed it. This is a good reading. You're on your way to success. I'm excited for you. I believe in you. Hang in there. Until next time, much love and much light.